Hey guys, so I finally am getting around to recording this video about Streak and how wonderful and beautiful it is. I am actually setting up one within my author account. This is just kind of an account I have separate for my building my author brand, but I thought it would be a really good place for us to start from the very beginning. Just so you have an idea, this is what a fully functional one kind of looks like. This is just kind of where we're heading slash what the goal is in terms of what we're trying to build. So this is kind of what you start out with. So this is just kind of how you want to add a new company, add new information. This is just if you want to change the view and how you want to view everything. These are just reports. If you want to add or if you want to share this pipeline with anybody, like anybody in your group or your company, all general stuff. You can change how you see the actual this part of the pipeline. I tend to like it in this, and then full screen, and then this is just refreshing. So how it works is this is kind of your pipeline is sales deals over here. Essentially, if you're in this general mailbox and you want to find out what your pipeline is, you go to sales deals and there's your entire pipeline. So I follow the whole six-figure freelancer pitching information. So what I did is I used these pipeline areas to actually dictate where I'm at in the pitching process. So if you look over here, I actually have lead, pitches, follow-up 1, follow-up 2, follow-up 3, follow-up 4. They're in the back burner. Maybe they're in limbo. I have a phone call scheduled. I've written a proposal and I've won, or, if you really wanted to, you could have done that you lost. Let me see. So what I'm going to do is actually, let me see. Oh, here we go. So pitched. I already have pitched. We'll do follow-up 1. And then we will change the color, that way it's different. And we will take it, we'll put it right after pitched. So I don't really need contacted, but I can change this to follow up 2. Move that one after that. This can be follow up 3. This can be follow up 4. And then this can be call. You get the idea. So essentially you just keep going until you've built out the pitching workflow. Again, for anybody who wants to see it, I have lead, and these are just ones that I actually have sent out a pitch, but it's bounced back, so I need to find more information, find another email, find somebody else to pitch, that type of thing, which is why they're in the lead category for at least me. Pitched, follow-up 1, follow-up 2, follow-up 3, follow-up 4, back burner. Limbo is if they had responded to me and I responded back and I don't really have a place for them to go right now. We haven't really scheduled anything. There's no phone call or proposal or anything on. We've just kind of talked a little bit back and forth. So they're just sitting in limbo. That's why I have them in here. Thankfully, nobody's in there right now. So phone call is when I've got a phone call scheduled and set up. Proposals, of course, when I've sent out the proposal and I've won the deals. closed one. Okay, so we're going to go back. So how I actually follow this format is we're going to do example company. And what I actually do is if you go in here, so this will tell you the stage you're in, where exactly they're at. And then, if you have any notes that you want to type, you can actually add emails. So once you, here, I can show you. So if we go into like SeaWorld's little thing, these are actual emails, and Streak will actually show you suggested. So if you've already talked to or sent an email from them, they will usually have suggested emails that you can just add to the context and organization side. So every time you want to send an email out to them, you can click here and it'll directly link back to this box and automatically add onto it. Okay. And then the additional information I have is actually up here, which is beautiful. I really love this part. So we have the stage. The deal size I kept just because I like to know if there is a deal or what it is. So I don't actually need the close date. And I don't need a lead source. I like to keep notes just in case, but what I actually like to do is go down to the magic column, and then you can actually add, if you scroll all the way down, it is date of most overdue task. So if you add that, and then of course I like to move them around, but let me show you. Date of most overdue task is if I scheduled any of my pitches to be followed up, and as you can see, I've scheduled all of them and I'm late on all of them. These are all pitches that I have scheduled to follow up on a certain date, and I have not followed up on them. So I need to go and I need to follow up on all of these. So I've got a lot of work to do. But this just tells me where I'm at and which ones I need to be focused on in terms of pitching. Now, this one right next to it, date of next due task, is also a magic column. Oh, magic column. And it is all the way down here, right after date of most overdue task. So that actually shows me when I need to follow up, when the next time I'm going to follow up is. And as you can see right here, the next time I'm going to follow up with this company is actually July 2nd. So that's kind of how I manage and keep track of which companies I need to follow up with and which ones I am a little bit behind on. If you go, I also have another magic column, and I have date of last email. So this is just the date of the last email that I sent them. That's just for my information. It's just a little bit easier for me to know when the last time I emailed them. You don't have to have that type of column, but it's a lot easier. And then I also want you guys to add, let's see, where is that box? I added a drop down. It is my big one, and it's my favorite. And this is actually what I put, and I know you guys can't actually see that, but I put service pitched. Now, this is really helpful for me, especially when I move it over here, because I can come in and I can say, I pitched blog content, and then I just create blog content as an option. Or I pitched influencer outreach, and I create that as an option. Now, if you double click it, you have two options. Or let's just say I pitch logo design. I'm not a designer, but I think that's cool. Create logo design as an option. Now, once you double click it, you can go in, and if we go back, you can see from the multitude of companies I have that it really helps to know what type of service you pitched and what you're trying to focus on, all of that. So yeah, we've got the name, we've got the stage, the date of the last email, the service we pitched them, the next time I need to follow up with them, all of the companies that I'm late on following up on, the deal size, so if I have a potential deal coming up, and then any notes I have. I don't actually have any notes, so it's not that big of a deal. The one thing that I wanted to also let you know is with the pipeline, it gets really confusing for me if I on how I actually move the companies down the line. So the way that I actually am focusing on it is as soon as I've pitched them, they go into the pitch section. As soon as I have sent follow-up one, they go into the follow-up one section. So the section they are in means that I have completed that section and I'm waiting to complete the next section before I move them to it. So let's say for AC Moore, I've sent them the first follow-up, and now I need to send the second follow-up to be able to move them into follow-up 2 section. So again, it needs to be completed to be in that section. So everything in here, I've sent follow-up 3, and I will be sending follow-up 4 as soon as I get to the whole, actually doing the follow-ups portion. Same with all of these, yeah. I've done follow-up 4, so they're kind of on the back burner for right now. Or they've responded and I've put them on the back burner because they don't want to move forward. So that's a little bit about CRMs. If you do want to see, if you go into your sent mail, and wait a couple seconds, you can see all of these little green eyes. If they are green, that means that your email has been viewed. If they are gray, your email has not been viewed. And if we go back to the sales, if we open one up, you can see, so this was the initial pitch email. I created the box and actually put it into the lead category. This is actually a file from it, from the email that Gmail/Streak automatically downloaded. And then I actually pitched them, and then I got a bounce back, so that's why they went back into the lead. And then I actually followed a task. So if you want to create a follow-up, this is actually relatively new. You can create a follow-up really quickly, so create a follow-up tomorrow. It's super easy to do. And then if you don't actually want to do that task, you want to change the time, you want to add somebody else to do it, or you want to check it off as complete. I actually want to delete that because I don't want to ruin that. But this stores all of your emails, any files, if you want to have any comments, all of your tasks, and any call logs. So yeah. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. And yeah, I don't know that I have anything else with Streak. It's a relatively simple software as soon as you know how to set up the workflow. And this was one of my favorite workflows ever to set up. So yeah, you see, I kind of just put an example company. It's an influencer outreach. This automatically populates. This is the deal size. This automatically populates as soon as you put in a task. This will automatically populate. and then this will automatically populate as soon as this date has been passed and you watched it and waved it bye-bye. So yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, give me an email, send me a message, whatever you need. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that I have or any questions that you guys have. I'm not sure how many answers I have, but I will definitely do my best. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and bye.